Hello, how's it going? I am goofing today. Um, yeah, I'm just going to be drawing for fun, and we'll see how it goes. Hey, Christy Adams Art, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I am kind of having a very mellow Saturday today. Just trying to see if I like doing the live streaming stuff. It seems fun. There's a couple live streams that I watch regularly. Uh, I hardly ever do it my own self. What are you up to today? I do not envy you. I find digital coloring to be very difficult. That's why I usually do, work in watercolors is just because, yeah, I don't even really know what it is. And it's not so much, a lot of people complain about having too many choices when you're working digitally, but yeah, but I don't know. I think I generally just don't like the way you end up making marks, or at least the way I end up making marks digitally. I don't know. Yeah, watercolor is a lot more fun for me though. What do you think I should draw? I was I divided this up like it's going to be a comic book page, but really my plan was just to fill panels with a bunch of goofy stuff, whatever I was feeling like. Yeah, I think there's something about being able to like picking colors digitally just does not feel like picking them in reality. I don't know what the difference is, but it always feels like you pick a color in Photoshop or whatever or Clip Studio, and it just feels like it's not that's not going to be your final color. At least in my head, I'm always thinking like, that's not going to be it's not going to be it, but I'll start with this. But when I'm working with paint, I just sort of pick the right color and put it on the paper, and then I'm done. So what I'm planning is I did a long time ago I was doing as like a warm-up thing. I would do a comic book page like this, and then like every morning I would just fill it with whatever panel I wanted to work on, I would fill it with something. And it always ended up really fun because it would be, it would read like a comic book page, but it wouldn't have any discernible narrative. Um, and they're always really fun to look at. So I don't have a real plan for today. I kind of, because I'm sort of live streaming for the first time in a long time, I wanted to try it without any high stakes. That might be too much to stick in just one panel, but maybe I'll start with Doctor Strange because I don't know if I've ever drawn Doctor Strange. I was thinking maybe I would draw a Batman, but Doctor Strange might be more fun. I don't know if you can see any of the marks I'm making on here. I'm using the thing I like to pencil with the most when I'm doing black and white. The way I like to pencil is with this guy. Will it focus on it? It uses. I have a little red lead in there that is really nice. So you're coloring right over pencils, huh? Um, the pen or the pencil is a Draft-O-Matic, and the leads are these guys. Will it focus on them? A Pentel red. These are pretty easy to get. Doctor Strange's collar thing is wild. How do we treat those in the movie? Oh, they made it boring. That's such a depressing collar. Yeah, I am still working on the Strathmore mixed media sheets. That's what I'm using now. Um, yeah, I think they only come in pads. That's how I buy them. Like, I buy them in these giant pads, and then I cut them down to 11 by 17. Oh yeah, the Spawn collar thing does kind of have the same vibe. I think I'm going to ink with some markers today just to mix it up a little bit. I haven't done that in a long time. Oh yeah, Ghost Rider makes a lot of sense with the chains and everything. Yeah, it's wild. I don't know if I have ever actually read a Spawn comic. Like, I've definitely read parts of them, and I saw the movie a long time ago, but I actually have very little recollection of it. I was sort of, at the time when Spawn was coming out, when it was new, I was kind of on my way out with comics and hadn't been reading a whole lot. Is Doctor Strange the only Marvel superhero that has a mustache? He has a goatee in the movies. That's wrong. Oh, did he have one in the comics though? He definitely had. Yeah, he did have a mustache. Oh, you mean for Doctor Strange, right? Designed to look like Vincent Price. Hey, Sean. Thanks for popping by. That actually makes a lot of sense to design Doctor Strange off of Vincent Price. That's a good fit. Yeah, I'm drawing live, Sean. Giving it a shot and see if I like doing this. It's one of those things that I want to like I like doing stuff like this, but it's so easy for it to turn into a whole second job. And I and I work. It takes enough of my energy to try to get the comics drawn in the first place. So I'll see. I'll try to do. I'm trying to figure out how to do this very low effort and keep it fun, but interesting enough that people want to hang out. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I just need to figure out the best day when people actually want to watch because because I don't know. Like I know a lot of people watch when they're at work, um, but when people are at work, I'm usually working on my actual comics at the same time, so it makes it hard to. And I don't know if I want to stream my actual comics making. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about that. Just, I know a lot of people worry about spoilers and stuff like that. And I'm not a big worrier about spoilers, but I know people are. kind of wish I was that way. I'm more like I do actually remember a lot of spoilery stuff, um, but it usually doesn't bother me just because I'm more interested in like how the story is told than the story that's being told. But I'm kind of I'm a bad consumer of media. Maybe what I should do, this just occurred to me, so I'm just talking out loud or thinking out loud. But maybe what I should do is I was working on a comic on Instagram called The Void Without, and it got stalled because it just got way too busy. But with that, if you don't know about it, I was posting basically one panel per day um, as the story went along, and maybe I should live stream drawing that. I was drawing it all on in Clip Studio, but I've been thinking I should actually move it onto paper. Oh yeah, movies where there's like a definite twist and the point of the story is to have some sort of a surprise ending, then that can blow. I guess not just movies, books and stuff too. No, I haven't watched that. I haven't even heard of that. Is it a like a murder mystery kind of a show? Oh, trip out. That sounds really wild. Is it like it's got some sort of supernatural element to it? Are the Bigfoot's after him? Okay, I'll check that out. I have actually Paramount Plus, so I can watch Star Trek. We got rid of our Netflix a while ago. I haven't missed it, to be honest. Yeah, I don't have cable either. We sort of like have fallen into this cycle where we, like the new season of Star Trek shows will start coming out, so we'll get Paramount Plus, and we'll keep it for 6 months and watch all the stuff we want to watch, and then cancel it, and then get Disney for a while, watch all the stuff we want to watch on that, and then cancel it. Hi, Ma. Yeah, for me, like I don't watch enough television for it to really justify like paying all of these guys, all these different streaming companies constantly. Like I'll sort of get into a show and then watch it and then be done and not like really get into another show for a long time. And it doesn't help that like the seasons are so short on some of these I liked watching the new She-Hulk show, but that was 6 episodes, 8 episodes maybe. It's like it just doesn't take long to finish. I haven't even tried um, the Lord of the Rings. I will say, in general, though, I think that Amazon makes, like, of the shows that they make, I think they make better shows than most of the other streaming ones. Hulu makes some good stuff, I think, occasionally. Um, Netflix has, like, it's hard to really quantify, but they have some sort of a style that I find really um, kind of boring. And most of their originals sort of fall into that same vibe. Yeah, one of these days I'll pick back up on Stranger Things, I think. I tried I loved the first season and just tore through that. And then for some reason the second season just never grabbed me and I fell off after the first couple episodes and never got back to it. The very last season, just the way everyone was talking about it on social media made it sound like it was really fun, but I haven't felt like it was it was I was curious enough to start up my Netflix account yet. Yeah, if I try it again, I might have to just skip season two. I always get frustrated when there's a show and everyone is like, "Oh yeah, you have to watch the first 5 episodes before it gets good," and I'm always like, I don't have like I don't have the time or energy to spend on watching five terrible episodes in the hopes of seeing something good eventually. Are Billy and Max characters that get important in the following seasons? Ugh. I don't know if I like this drawing very much. I thought it would be fun to try working with markers, but I don't like them. I don't know, an episode that seems like the Warriors might be the way to go for me. Thanks, Mott. I'm trying to keep them mysterious. I haven't decided where to put them yet. What to put in the background here. They had to do season 4 as like to release it in two chunks, right? Each episode was 2 hours, or like an hour and a half. Whew. Wow, that's wild. Skipping work for Stranger Things is intense. That's a good call. Making it a mental health day. Alright, I'm gonna bail on these markers. It's not being very fun for me. Switching to the nib. Gonna use this guy. It's nib time, baby. I am using, it's a Hunt 108, and it is Um, it's nice because it is so flexible. Whenever I talk about it, like I feel like it works a lot like a brush. You know, if I get a like on here, you can see you can make a very thin line and then it'll go really fat. You do get the thing where you get a giant bubble of ink there that doesn't dry for forever. Um, but it's a very, very light, flexible nib. You know, the other one I use a lot is a regular G nib. Um, I find these are pretty useful too. They can get pretty thick and thin. And you know, like I don't get tearing as long as I'm using good paper. And also, like, you don't, like, I never really push the nib. I'm always dragging it, which I think if you push the nib, you'll probably get a lot of tearing that way. And also, I don't like, you know, scrub like that. Yeah, the place I buy my nibs from is actually a website called Paper Ink Arts, I think it's called. And I have spent so much money on nibs. Like, here's part of my nib collection. This is my 108s that I use all the time. This was a nib that I decided that I was going to be able to use, called and bought a ton of them, and I ended up not liking them that much. But it's a Browse. What's the number on this guy? 66EE maybe. I don't know. But these G nibs are great. They just last absolutely forever. They're really strong. But I find that they're not, but they're also flexible. I don't know. They last a long time. And here's like a weird arrangement of random nibs. This guy I liked. I'm almost certain. Um, like I saw a video where Mobius was using this nib, and I just went through and dug and dug and dug until I could find out what it was, and I can never read. Leonart 33, made in England. Anyway, I finally got a couple of them and then didn't like them. The 108 is the bomb though. That's my absolute favorite. They don't last super long because they're so soft that they actually the tip wears down on them, and after a while they're not. You know, they just get fatter and fatter and fatter, so you can't get super sharp lines. Um, you know, the G nibs last forever. They are really little toughies. I have never had luck inking digitally. I can kind of do it like if I'm just doodling on my iPad or whatever. Um, but doing final artwork on the computer is just impossible for me. I don't know. You know, me and Christy were talking about it earlier. They're working digitally is a whole different headspace. I'm even thinking of starting to pencil on paper again. Like I've been doing all of my penciling digitally for the last couple years, and there are a lot of advantages to that. But I feel a little bit like my page compositions would be better if I worked on paper. Yeah, I thought your pencils looked beautiful. Very tight without being like, persnickety or whatever. Like it still looked like pencils. I can't remember. Sean, are you writing that or is someone else writing that for you? Nice. That's exciting. It took me so long to get the nerve to start writing my own stuff. I mean, I guess I kind of was doing that before I started working professionally. I was writing my own stuff, but mostly because I didn't have a writer to work with. But I find writing way scarier than drawing. But it's mostly just because of practice. Yeah, the when you're like I remember my first book, Petrograd, was nights and weekends for 2.5 years. And I managed to do it without like breaking myself physically. Like I did get sleep, but I didn't do anything else. Hey Peter, what's up, dude? Yeah, I think the good ideas come easy, ironically. Like I always have this feeling like doing a good drawing is way easier than doing a bad drawing. Um, it's just that doing a bad drawing is more common for me. But when it's gonna be good, it just flows out of me. Everybody's here. Hey Crayfish, how's it going? Nice, crayfish. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, the markers are even good markers. Like I like this guy a lot. This zebra with the little chisel tip, or it's not a chisel tip. I don't know what you call that. Little pointy tip. Like it's made to work kind of like a brush, but it just doesn't work like a brush. But the nibs make really pretty lines, especially like when the wet ink, when you make a line and it's wet, and then you make another line that meets that first wet line, and they sort of like warp together. That can be very satisfying. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've had that same experience, crayfish. Like I don't think that like nibs always feel just a little bit scratchy to me, but I kind of appreciate that. Um, they definitely like there's definitely a vibe though. Like there's a flow to it that the markers just don't have. Like I started this piece um, with markers and then finally just got sick of it and switched to the nibs because I wasn't having as much fun. I feel like there's something about drawing. Like I think people get distracted by it, but there's a physicality of it that is so important. Like one of my teachers in art school once said that drawing is like 80% seeing, and I think that that is true. But at the same time, there is that thing where you are living in your body and making marks with your hands, and so like that, how it feels to your body is important. I feel like I remember a couple drawings I did years and years ago that sort of led me to feel like I finally found my own art style, and it was largely based on making these marks that fit my hand just right. It just felt really comfortable. And so I followed those hand gestures until it started making good images. You've never drawn with ink, Peter? You've used markers and stuff, though, right? I know you've used crayons. I don't know if that's a murdering offense, Sean. I've never heard of a blue pumpkin nib. Is that a brand name or is that like the model or whatever? Yeah, Peter, you're definitely like the a genius when it comes to doing Illustrator stuff. I feel like I used to be a lot better at it when I was doing graphic design and using it all the time, doing logos and stuff, but my Illustrator skills have fallen off. Nice. Have fun, Sean. Oh, I didn't realize that was colored pencils, or at least in my memory, it looked more like um, crayons, like wax crayons. Nice, crayfish. I'll check that out. I was talking, I think before you popped on, my favorite nibs are these guys, which is a Hunt 108. And these are wonderful, flexible little nibs. They work almost like a brush. Oh, thanks, dude. That nib holder took me so long to find. I saw somebody on a YouTube video using one, and I sent him a message and was like, "What's that nib holder?" And they were like, "I don't know. Someone gave it to me." And so I spent the next like 2 years just whenever I remembered about it to search for it, and finally found one on a German art supply website that I can't even remember now, and it just called it a nib holder, had no brand name or anything, and it's wonderful. I love it. And it was like $4 or something. It wasn't even expensive. They're just like weirdly mysterious. Oh no. Losing your whole kit. I don't even know how I would travel nowadays. It's been, 3 years since I've gone anywhere. I don't know what I would take. I was never good at doing like convention sketches anyway. Thanks for stopping by, Crayfish. I really appreciate it. The pets are doing good. Um, Tula is cute as always. We have we have a situation with a cat right now that we're trying to sort out. I don't know how it's going to go. Where the neighbor had a bunch of kittens and has basically just let them run wild. And one of them has decided that she loves our house and um, just comes in the dog door. And our dog, was raised around cats, so she's happy to see a cat. And I don't know, we really like her, but also like I was sort of really enjoying not having kitty litter and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. We might end up, adopting her. We might end up finding a place for her to go. But she's very cute. She's very sweet. Yeah, for sure. Like she has not she has decided that she lives here. And it's very cute. It's like painfully cute. Yeah, she is definitely testing the limits on the countertops and knocking things over in my studio. Of course you won. You got much more reach. Like, I don't know if this drawing is working out as good as I'd hoped. Trying to just draw for fun today, but it's always more fun to draw something that you're happy with. Thanks, Sean. Nice, thanks, Mott. I actually got it up on my iPad over here too, so I can make sure that it's going. But I have it muted, so I don't know how the sound. How does it? What does everyone think about the sound? Do I need to set up a microphone, or is using my laptop mic doing okay? Nice. The sound doesn't sound too echoey. You know how the built-in mics can sometimes go. Oh, interesting. Wonder if I should turn it down a little bit. I just left it all, everything on the defaults. Yeah, maybe next time I'll try to set up a microphone. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it low effort. And I have good microphones I can use. Just moving them over to the drawing table is not the easiest. Hey, Comic Crack. I'm just doing Doctor Strange today. Is that what you mean? Yeah, it would be nice if I didn't have to bother moving a microphone over here. But I guess I can play this back when I'm done and see how it sounds and judge for myself too. Yeah, Comic Crack. I'm not doing a Doctor Strange book. I'm kind of just drawing for fun today. And Christy uh, in the chat recommended I do a Doctor Strange, so I went for it. Oh, dude, that Trad Moore stuff looks amazing. His Silver Surfer was gorgeous. He's definitely one of those dudes that could get me, reading more superhero books. You did this to us. I was doing great, not knowing what to draw. Hey, Bill, what's up, dude? Haven't talked to you in forever. All right, see you in a little bit, Christy. Yeah, when we left Portland, I mean, it wasn't like we were hanging out with everyone in Portland all the time anyway. We were still just being cartoonists and sitting in our fucking houses and never leaving. But since we moved out to the middle of no place, we have not been as social as it probably should be. I mean, global pandemic didn't help none. We're out sort of west of Salem now. And yeah, we got chickens. We got how many chickens do we have right now? I think we have 6 chickens. And the garden's going good. We've been working on turning our backyard into what they call a food forest with a lot of, fruit and nut trees. Practically homesteading. It's like casual homesteading. 7 chickens. Where did you move to, Bill? I mean, if you don't mind saying in the chat. Oh wow, yeah, that's way east. We were we were closer to like one. think we're actually like 120th somewhere when we were in Portland. That place is expensive now, Portland. I mean, it was when we lived there too. That's why largely why we left, but it has not gotten any cheaper. Yeah, it's nice to keep an eye on the mountains that are going to kill you eventually. Yeah, I imagine that bungalow, the value had gone up quite a bit since you bought it. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. That's a big deal being a foster parent. I hope it's going good. Oh, that's rad. Welcome back. Oh, no way, Christian. Thanks for coming in. Sean asked me if I'd been to Ireland. Oh, yep, there it is. No, I've never been to Ireland. I have, and the closest I've ever been to even to England is Heathrow. I want to go pretty bad. It seems like a really cool treeless version of Oregon. This is just a Doctor Strange for fun. I figured if I was going to try live streaming, I should do something very casual to start with. This background is just going to be a solid black by the time I'm done with it. Doing a real Doctor Strange book might be kind of fun, though. I hadn't ever actually really thought about that. I'd actually love to do more Marvel and DC work, but it's been a challenge to schedule whenever it's come up. Yeah, the right script is that's a toughie. Like, I'm actually trying really hard to write my own stuff nowadays, and it is so I could just make up the right script, but I have to find the time to do it and find the right editor to pitch to and all that jazz. Right now, I definitely have my plate full with Lonesome Hunters. I do not know anything about Zatanna except, or Zatanna? She's like fishnets and a top hat, right? Oh my God, Christian, I would love to do a Swamp Thing story. That is like my dream, like mainstream project. I almost, well, I guess I did the covers for those Man Thing um, books a while ago, which isn't Swamp Thing, but it's adjacent, it's similar. Yeah, next stream I might try painting something. Painting a Swamp Thing would be pretty fun. I don't know if the Lonesome Hunters will get a Spanish edition yet. Um, I sure hope so. Harrow County um, got published in all kinds of languages. I think the last count it was in 11 different languages, or at least like 11 different regions, because like Brazil and Portugal have different publishers but the same language. So yeah, that would be great. I would love, like, that's one of the things that gets me most excited about comics, or at least like I just love seeing stuff published in all around the world. It seems very magical to me. I don't know how Harrow County has been so popular, but um, I'm very grateful for it. It's fun. Well, I think I've done as much to this Doctor Strange piece as I possibly can. I think I'm going to call it quits and go fix myself some lunch. But thanks everyone for dropping by. This was way more successful than I thought it would be for my first stream. I thought, for sure I'd just be drawing for nobody. You gonna put that genie on Instagram when you're done, Sean? Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. I think my plans might change. I'll talk about it on social media if I do, but my plan right now is to do it. Uh, yeah, next Saturday, about the same time. Um, I think I started at 11:30 Pacific time, 11:30 a.m. I might just set it for straight up noon, um, but we'll see. Like I said before, I'm trying really hard to keep it casual so it doesn't make me too stressed. But yeah, hopefully I'll see everybody next week. Hope everyone has a great day. Later, skaters.